at the tab.
It's such a fascinating topic. Thank you very much, Chris. Stick with us. We'll come back to you in a minute for talk on the Transport Secretary. But first, let's carry this conversation on. I'm joined by an author who's against this bill, and that is Paul Carroll. Paul, welcome to GB News. It's an historic day. Some calling this death with dignity, so others calling it state-assisted suicide. What's your take on this historic moment?
Well, I think clearly it's a moment of distress for its opponents. There seems to be a degree of jubilation amongst its supporters. But I think we're a long way from its completion yet. The vote was relatively close. And in a way, even the advocates of the bill confessed that the detail wasn't very robust. There was a lot on process, but very little on impact. And I think if the bill would have gone down today, it certainly wouldn't have been the end of the argument. But I think now that it's going to committee, I think a lot of hard questions will be asked about how safe these safeguards are. I think there will be a lot of investigation into what's happened in other countries, because you can't just say, oh, it won't happen here, because every other country that's introduced assisted dying, the rules have got laxer, not tighter. And I also think it gives us an opportunity to look into what I think is one of the biggest issues, this idea of coercion, because to me, coercion isn't somebody stood over you saying you need to do this. It's just the mere power of suggestion that this is now potentially legal and that other people are doing it. And it also comes up very early in the decision-making process. Say that you are diagnosed with an illness. It may not be terminal, but you may fear it is. And immediately on top of those concerns, you're now having to think, shall I discuss with the family at what point I take an unnatural ending from life? So I think it has so many ramifications. But I am glad in a way that we'll now have 6 months, which perhaps the cart has been put before the horse, because maybe the law, the paper, the bill should have been more thoroughly worked out before it was put to Parliament. But of course, we've now got that opportunity in 6 months. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that this law will ultimately go through.
OK, Paul Carroll, thank you very much for joining us on the show today and sharing your thoughts on the assisted dying bill. Now a step nearer to being British law. Let's move on now to the calamity amongst the Labour Party, because Heidi Alexander, the Labour MP for Swindon South, has been appointed as the new Transport Secretary. All change, and this follows